What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk to you about a story that broke this past summer, and it's involving this guy right here, man. This is bad. This guy's name is Anthony Holloway, 35 years old, was living with his parents. This guy was charged with kidnapping and assault last year. And you can tack murder on that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here beat and tortured these three people you see here. One is his 76-year-old father, his 68-year-old mother, and his 33-year-old sister. All of them from St. Louis, Missouri, where this story takes place. Shout out St. Louis. I'm about to show you what they said this guy did and what started it. Mental illness or not, and it hasn't been talked about. You know, I mean, it was mentioned in this story, but there's no excuse to do what this guy did. And he would have been out of there if it was up to me. But I mean, things are what they are. I want you to take a look at this story. This is truly, truly messed up. Look at what he did to these people, his family, mother, father, and daughter. Check it out. Sister.
New tonight, a disturbing story out of North St. Louis County.
Police say a man beat up his sister and elderly parents, tied them up before leaving them in the family's basement for days on end without food or water.
Fox News' Max Knight joins us now with details. And Max, this sounds like it's a miracle that these victims are alive.
Yeah, Shirley, Mandy, that's right. The way police described it, these victims survived torturous conditions. And a warning, the details we're about to share with you are disturbing.
Last Tuesday, July 30th, Bell Fountain Neighbors Police entered this home on Coburglands Drive in North St. Louis County on a welfare check. What they found inside, though, was shocking. Police arrested 35-year-old Anthony Holloway after they say he beat his sister and elderly parents, dragged them to a room in the family's basement, zip-tied them, and then left them in the dark without any food or water for 4 days. They say Holloway periodically threw water and other liquids on them, even hitting them with a whip. He's also accused of burning his mother's hands and forcing his sister to pick up excrement-covered papers with her mouth.
We didn't know what was going on, you know. I am really in a state of shock.
Kenneth Moore lives next door. He thinks Holloway may have suffered from a mental health crisis.
He was kind of off a little bit, you know what I mean? I'm not one to judge nobody, but it was just kind of weird to me, man, you know, what he would do.
I talked to 5 other neighbors off camera. One described the scene outside of the home late Tuesday morning as chaotic as first responders took the emaciated victims out on stretchers. Moore says the whole thing is a reminder that you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
I mean, what people going through nowadays, you know, everybody got these mental issues going on, man, you know what I mean? And I would never have thought that, though.
And Bell Fountain police confirm all 4 family members are currently in the hospital. Holloway is charged with 3 counts of assault, kidnapping, and 2 counts of elderly abuse. Shirley.
Heartbreaking update tonight to a story we first shared with you last summer. A 76-year-old man whose relatives say was brutally tortured in the basement of his North County home has now died.
In July, police arrested the man's own son. The suspect's mother and sister are also among the victims. Tonight, for the first time since the crime, we're hearing from the family. Brent Solomon joins us with an interview you'll only see on 5 on Your Side.
Well, Tommy Holloway was a Vietnam veteran awarded with the oldest military award there is, the Purple Heart. His family could have never imagined his story would end like this. A warning, many of the details are disturbing.
I tried to save him. I tried to save my mom. I tried to save everybody. And I couldn't save him.
Jackie Robbins is trying to tell the story.
I'm sorry.
But it's hard. She lives in Nebraska now, but many in the St. Louis area would know her from her old restaurant, Rib Shack, which operated for years. One location here on Natural Bridge Road, another at Cass and 13th. She moved a few years ago and often checked in on her parents who lived here in Bellefountain Neighbors. Last summer, she knew something wasn't right when she couldn't reach them or her siblings for days.
I got on the highway just praying that, everything was okay.
She called police.
What they saw was just unbelievable, like a movie.
Her 76-year-old father, 68-year-old mother, and 33-year-old sister had been zip-tied and left in the basement.
Several days without food and water, had been torture beaten. My mom was set on fire.
Look, as police arrested 35-year-old Anthony Holloway, who lived here with his parents.
He kept just literally hitting them, like stabbing them in the eye, to the point that my dad lost his eye. Threw water on them. He had a whip that he had bought, and he kept hitting them with the whip. He took some WD-40 and inflamed it on my mom, on his own mom. That is like crazy, just to throw your own mother down the step. It's crazy.
All three victims were hospitalized for months. Her mother and sister were released from the hospital, but her father never got better. He died last week.
But I think a lot of people would wonder why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Charging documents show before all of this happened, the parents tried to break up an argument between the suspect and his sister.
Did you ever expect any type of behavior like this?
Not towards his parents. Never towards his parents. I wouldn't have never expected that.
Last year, Anthony Holloway was charged with kidnapping and assault. Now that his father has died, the prosecutor's office tells me it will let me know if charges are upgraded. An online fundraiser is now in place to help with medical and funeral costs. You can find that right now on KFCK.com.
All right, guys, that's the story of this guy, Anthony Holloway, 35 years old, and lost his ever-loving mind. His father just died, 76-year-old, probably 77 years old now, I don't know. Tommy Holloway, may he rest in peace, leaving the mother and sister still alive as the lone survivors of this vicious torture from this man who is their own kid. Said he did some unsavory things, man. I'm sitting up here looking at this. When I seen this story, man, it was just rough. Just looking at it. I mean, he beat him up, whipped him, threw water on him, left him down there. They was emaciated when they was found. Sister got a drive from Nebraska. That must have been a hell of a ride, not knowing what's going on. The police telling her what's going on, and said he was arrested. He allegedly beat his sister. Elderly parents dragged them into the room in the family's basement, zip-tied their hands, left them in the dark without food or water for 4 days. Periodically going down there and fucking them up. He took a knife and stabbed his own damn dad's eye out. Extreme overkill. Now, he might have had mental illness. They said the guy, witness said he thinks something's wrong with him. They didn't say anything about that. The sister didn't say anything about that. He just might have been a loose cannon. But I mean, 35 years old, you living under somebody else's roof, and this is your repayment of them being your parents, and also, you know, them letting you stay in that house at 35 fucking years old. Mental illness can only go so far. You understand what I'm saying? Because this right here is as chaotic evil as it gets. He unleashed hell in his own damn house. 35 years old, man. This is messed up. So they came out emaciated on stretchers. Burned his mom with WD-40 like a flamethrower. I think every sick, emotional, torturous thought he ever had, he extracted it on these people. Question is this: why is he even still here? Them people would have been better off if he wasn't in the house. But then again, everybody's situation is different. I don't know why he was staying there, but he was. And these outcomes are becoming more and more common where you're seeing kids killing their parents, regardless of what age they are. Mental health and just different things like, dealing with the mindset of people needs to be addressed. And punishment should fit the crime as well. Because you did this over a period of days. My thing is you was whipping them. You whipped your father. You made your sister pick up feces matter on paper with her mouth. All of this started because of a fight in the house between you and the other girl, your sister, and you turn on these people that tried to stop it? This is absolutely heartbreaking, man. It's horrendously sad. I have nothing else to say, man, for real. Just hearing the details of that and just visualizing it, it really took a toll on me. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Somebody can be just as crazy as they want to be, whether they're your kid or not. But you got to remember, your heart beats for a reason. They always be your kids, but you have a life too. And at 35 years old, it's not up to you to worry about where the next meal come from somebody 35 years old, living in your house, a grown-ass man. It's just a lot with this. See you in the next video. Take care.